Good morning everyone, it's Yvonne here to do your What's Cracking for Monday the 14th of September. It's halfway through September again. Just blows me away. Time flies. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. Firstly, if you want a personal reading, you would like to gift or donate to the channel, all of the instructions are below. I'm now going live on YouTube on a Wednesday, Instagram on a Friday, and doing a live mini reads on Facebook one Sunday a month, which may change going forward. If you want any of those or that information, it's all on my page at the Aussie Goddess on Facebook, rather than me go through it every time. Two things I want to say to you. One is very important because I do have people commenting on the volume on the videos. I have checked the volume. I have checked the volume on the iPad. The volume when I upload, everything's great. It's got something to do with YouTube. So there's nothing I can do about that. Apparently everybody, I went Googling it and it's quite a common thing. So I'm sorry at those particular times, if the videos aren't loud enough, it falls to you to put some headphones in. And I can't do anything from my end at all. And I have tried thinking it was something to do with me, but I've since found out it's not. So YouTube apparently usually fixes these things, and it seems to happen when there's upgrades to YouTube, and they've been doing a lot lately. So just maybe wait a little while, it'll sort itself out. And the other thing is, I think with those who said to me my volume on the computer or the desktop was playing up as well, and I went Googling that, and apparently that was due to Microsoft updates. So Yvonne here is going to have to be a little bit more vigilant around what's going on above, rather than trying to take that responsibility on. So unfortunately, I have had to remove all the programs and reload them on the computer. So hopefully we're good now, but I'll be thinking about how I'm sure they'll have a fix for it sooner or later, but that fading in and out, that's them. All right, I'm going to get into your reading now. We're going to use the Green Witch Tarot for your reading. Okay, Green Witch Tarot. Let's see what's going on. These are beautiful. Look at the cards. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, Monday morning. Monday morning feeling. Oh, look at this. Ace of Wands coming straight out. Okay, so the Ace of Wands is a card that talks about a brand new start. This is about passion. It's about drive. It could mean that you've got a new job coming. It could mean that you're starting a new project. It can even be a relationship. It could be a relationship in a romantic sense, or a relationship with a new friend. But whatever it is, it's something that you're feeling really positive about, and it will be the brand new start to a journey. So you're heading in a different direction here. Very nice. All right, and then we have the Fool. Beautiful, the green man in the Witch Tarot. Great, it's beautiful. And this talks about taking a leap of faith. So I think the universe is offering you something here and asking you just to have a run at it, like have a go at it, whatever. Just accept it, you know, move with it, embrace it. And sometimes we're reluctant to do that, because taking a leap of faith sometimes means ignoring, you know, some of the more practical aspects. But when you're taking a leap of faith, that's what it's all about. Sometimes we, you know, tend to sort of think that, you know, we can't do that because, you know, maybe it's going to not turn out well, or maybe it's not what I want to do, or whatever else. But the universe is saying here, this is going to be really good. It's a brand new start for you. At least give it a bit of a jump at it. All right, and then we have the Five of Wands. So there is a little bit of conflict here. This would be mental conflict. If you're being offered a new beginning here, and it's not something you expected, maybe it's something sort of left of center or just out of the box, it may create a little bit of conflict within you on, you know, whether to take a chance or not. I don't think that if it's been offered by the universe that it's a bad thing, but it may be that it conflicts with your ability to perhaps take chances or take risks. And of course, we're all asked to take risks. If you stay in your safety zone, you're never going to grow. Risks are part of growing. That doesn't mean you have to take huge risks, but sometimes we have to bite off a little bit more of the cherry than we need. And that's what you're doing here. You're sort of a little conflicted, but I think you're going to go for it. We do have the Three of Swords coming through. Okay, so you may be worried about taking this risk then, and maybe a little conflicted because of the fact that you've been hurt by something before. This could be a new relationship, for instance. So maybe something new's come across your path, you're ready to start something new. There's always the conflict of sort of jumping into a new relationship or a new situation, of course, and the thinking about which way to go. The Three of Swords tells me there's been some sort of hurt or pain previously, and maybe that is why you're a little bit cautious of this particular thing coming your way. We have the Seven of Swords coming after that. See, you don't trust this. Three of Swords, Seven of Swords, wow. You do not trust the energy that's being presented to you. So perhaps somebody's coming in to ask you or give you a job that you've not done before, or offer you a relationship that you've never tried before. And there seems to be a lot of conflict about past experience. You know, your past does not stay with you. You cannot value or judge everything on your past. Sure, you can take some of those things into consideration, and that's really important, but maybe in this particular instant, it's worth giving it a go. And if it doesn't work out, then you pull the plug. But you can't pull the plug before you've tried it, whatever it is. I'm still going with the cards though. Knight of Wands. Okay, so you could have a fire sign coming towards you here because he's got the signpost here. The Knight of Wands can sometimes be seen as like the Playboy card. I know they call them other things on YouTube. It's a person who's not really in a place to commit. So it may be a person who can't commit for various reasons, and it can always come down to their own insecurities. But it can be seen as someone who likes to play the field. It can be seen as like a hot, passionate encounter. But like I always say, you know, every person finds the person they want to settle down with, no matter what their lives are like. Some people may never settle down, fine. Maybe you're taking a chance on this person eventually making a commitment to you, fine. Then go slow. Go slow. But it looks like you're getting a brand new start with this situation. Now, if it's not a relationship and it's a job, the way I see it, you know, if it doesn't work, you can always walk away. But take the risk, take the jump, take the leap. All right, let's get some more information. Okay, so I have the Nine of Pentacles coming through here. The Nine of Pentacles in this card's quite different, isn't it? So the Nine of Pentacles talks of being independent, self-sufficient. Some people call it the singles card, but you don't necessarily have to be single to be in the Nine of Pentacles energy. It might mean you're starting up your own business. It might mean that you've got your own source of income, but you're feeling independent, whether you're in a relationship or outside of a relationship. This is how you are at the moment, feeling very keen and ready to take something on here. All right, and then we have the Nine of Cups. So something here, two nines here, which is beautiful energy. There is something here about this opportunity that is meeting all of your expectations here. So when we see the Nine of Cups, we always talk about it being the wish card, which can sometimes mean you have wished for something and you've got it, but it may not necessarily be something you've wished for. But whatever this Nine of Cups is, it's saying to you here, it's actually supporting the Nine of Pentacles, which means it is actually saying to me that whatever you're putting in action here, whatever you're doing, whatever you're taking on, is going to have a really, really good outcome, because it's making you feel really good with this card. So this wish may be a wish for you, but it also may be a gift from the universe. All right, and we have the Three of Cups here, showing great celebration, really enjoying your time, but still in some sort of energy of anxiety here. Wow, this is really confusing energy. So whoever's going to go through this is going to find it a little confusing, because it's almost like, wow, this is here. I really wanted this. I'm so excited about it. It's part of my path. It's something I've dreamed of. But yet there's this energy around it that you're still not trusting it, that it's still taking you into this energy of doubt, of anxiety. And this is obviously what you're being asked to work through. I do note that there's a bat in the window, and bats represent transition, new life. So it could be that this experience is confusing for you because you've got to rid yourself of this anxiety. You've got to start understanding to trust your own judgment, to trust your intuition. Anxiety isn't part of your intuition, it's your body's response. And it's the body's response to fear. And if you're sort of conflicted about how you jump into something, then your own fears are what are keeping you held back here. Because it looks to me like this is a tremendous opportunity, but your own fears are still trapping you here. And maybe that's what you need to work on to let go. All right, let's keep going. So we have the High Priestess. See? Intuition. Fear comes from feeding its imagination. It's not real. It's worry, it's stress, but it's not real. It's your idea of what something is, your conception. It's your past energies. It's your experiences all helping you to fear something. But actually, if you were tuned into your intuition, you probably wouldn't feel that anxiety because you'd be trusting where you're being led. And you would also know that if things didn't work out, then you can walk in the opposite direction. So you're trusting yourself here. But here you're fearing. All right, so we have the Two of Swords coming through. So now it's coming down to some sort of decision here. And we have the Eight of Cups coming through on whether to walk away or whether to persevere with something. I feel like somebody's coming into your life here. It could be a person who maybe doesn't have great reputation, but it could also be a person who's left you behind before. If this is you, what you're experiencing here is fear of the same thing happening to you again, and you're not really processing that well. And the fear is here, do you go again or go towards this offer again, or do you hold back? The thing is, the offer is looking really good, but you're fearing what could happen rather than what is going to happen. So your fear is based in previous fear rather than actually in the experience. At the end of the day, you need to either make a decision to put the fear aside and go for this, or you need to, choose not to go with it. But then if you haven't taken a risk, how are you ever going to know? If this is a new job opportunity or a new opportunity for business, it's the same thing. If you're fearing the opportunity and you don't want to take a chance because of your previous experiences, maybe you're going to miss out on something that's really good here. All right, let's keep going. All right, so I have here the Four of Pentacles. Yep, hanging on to your fears still. All right, Six of Wands. See, the energy's all over the place. It's like all 3D energy mixed with 5D energy. It's like the human side of you is going, oh, what if, but what if? And your 5D is going, look, just go for it, have fun, enjoy it. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Now, you could sit back and go, well, what happens if I lose money? What happens if it doesn't work out? I don't want to get my heart broken again. Okay, that's fair enough. But those things might happen to you anyway. You have no idea what's going to happen to you in the future. But if you don't take a risk, you're never going to find out. Very beautiful reading. Okay, so the end card here is the Three of Wands. So we are here waiting for our ships to come in. So we might have a little peek and see which way most of you go. All right, so the universe offering you a brand new start. There is a sort of a want, need, desire to take a leap of faith, but do you trust your intuition? Because you're in this Five of Wands energy of the do I, don't I, should I, shouldn't I energy. Okay, and then we have the Three of Swords, because last time I did that, somebody did the wrong thing by me. Three of Swords, Seven of Swords energy. And we have someone who's coming in here who looks like a fire sign, a Knight of Wands, someone who may not have been the most reliable person in the past, someone who may have broken your heart. If this is a job opportunity, maybe you've tried this sort of work before. This, you may have worked for this company before. It may be a new business. Whatever it is, you're fearing it because of your past experiences. So, you know, it's like, do you listen to the fear that you have within you, or do you take a chance? So for some of you here, you are so fearful, you're going to stay in your box and you're not going to take any chances or risks, and that's entirely up to you. For others of you here, you're going to embrace the opportunity to grow, knowing that you're a little bit wiser and a little bit smarter than what you've been before. And if it hasn't worked before, that's fine. Who knows, it could work this time. I always look at things like addiction, because we know with addiction that it takes more than once to give a habit away. So if you've tried any time to give away something, whether it be smoking, drinking, drugs, whatever, even prescription medication, trying to get away from an addiction, or codependency. How about codependency, the addiction to people? If you've tried to give that away, it very, very rarely works the first attempt. Look at losing weight on a diet. The first time very often is very difficult, very overwhelming, and you give in to your fears, so you stop. And the second time you do it, you know where you went wrong the first time, so the second time you do it, you're a little bit more aware. And if that doesn't work, well, the third time you attempt it, you're going to be able to do it much better because you've done it those other 2 times. I think most people have an average of something like 6 to 8 times to cancel an addiction or to come into terms with addiction. Smoking's a great one. God, it takes years to give away smoking, but you'll do it if you keep persevering with it, because each time you come out of a phase, if you fall, you know, victim to it again, you just go back the next time with a whole different set of responses. Like, okay, my weak point last time was at 1 week, so I'm going to be really cautious that 1 week this time I'm really aware of what could happen. Or, you know, I know last time the reason I buckled was because we had something happen, some sort of event in the family which caused distress. So this time I'm going to be really aware if something like that happens, that I'm going to work on it differently. So this is what you can do to manage this. So never think it's worth not having a go at. All right, so I feel that you've got a person coming in here who may be offering you a job, financial support. This could be a relationship. King of Pentacles, very often the husband card. Could be somebody who now wants long-term after perhaps playing the field for a little while. 3 of Wands is clarified by the Strength card, yes. The 5 of Cups and the World. Okay, this is actually closing out a cycle for you here. This is about processing the lessons learned previously. There's a very, very good chance here that because you're closing out a cycle, this may be the best opportunity you could take on. Because you may be closing out a cycle of fear, codependency, addiction, whatever it is for you, but you're closing something out here. So in order to close it out, you have to embrace it. That's why the universe is asking you to take a leap of faith. Go for it. You're going to build a lot of strength from this. A lot of understanding what the past did, understanding your past mistakes, understanding your past occurrences. Whatever it is for you, this is a great opportunity for you to gain knowledge or gain insight into yourself. It will build your strength. Oops, I'm going to read a card from the Gods and Titans deck because it is absolutely beautiful. All right, Puch. Is this about fear? You can't make this up, right? Okay, Puch. Could be Park, possibly. I'm looking at AH. Okay, that's why I can't find it. There we go. All right, fear. Examine your fears. Really, what is there to be afraid of? You're being asked to confront what frightens you. That's why you need to close out this cycle. Puch, whatever, is the Mayan god of the dead. Whilst most cultures have a god ruling over the underworld or death itself, The Mayans had a number of gods ruling over 9 levels of hell, and Arpuch was the one feared most. Arpuch didn't come gently for you or even wait patiently for your death. Hang on a second, I'm just wondering if they've got a way to pronounce these at the back here. I just thought, out of curiosity. No, it would have been good if they'd have done that though. Thought for the future. Arpuch didn't come out gently for you or even wait patiently for your death. He hunted for you. Normally pictured as a skeleton or with bones on his head and wearing bells, he was considered the most senior of all death demons. Living on the lowest level of the underworld known as Mitnal, Arpuch would rise up and stalk the streets of the city at night looking for his next victim. The Maya feared death actively because of the horrors said to await them should they go to hell, and they were always aware that Arpuch could indeed be waiting around the next bend to take them. In fact, it is said at night few people went into the streets, in particular if there was a sickness within their homes. There was only one way to scare Arpuch away, and that was to scream and shout. Testimonies from the Spanish conquistadors included passages describing the loud wailing and screaming of the families of those who were extremely sick or had passed. Strangely, it seemed to the Spanish this noise didn't extend into the daylight hours. What they didn't realise that loud protestations were unnecessary to scare away the terrifying Arpuch when the sun shone. Should Arpuch come ringing his bells, fear in his form comes into our consciousness. What are you most afraid of? Is it real? What can we do to break the hold fear has on us? All of these questions must be considered and answered if we are to move forward with ease and peace. And it says here, death for some is still something to be afraid of, yet it's universal and will claim all of us. Arpuch energy is much about fear and its hold upon us. Standing strong against any fear, feeling it, shining the light on it and confronting it are all lessons from Arpuch's legend that we can learn from. It is far better to act in knowledge rather than wait for fear to hunt you down. Wow, that's been a really long reading this morning. Thanks, have a wonderful day.